Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar with me this evening. Very special beer review this evening. Shocking, it's Treehouse beer. But we've been on I took a nice little break from the IPA scene there for a bit and did, if you've been watching the channel, got a couple sours in there, got some stouts in there, just mixing it up. But this beer I couldn't not review. So tonight we are checking out, we're jumping on the hype train to see if it's real. And we are doing Very Hazy. If you know anything about me and my channel, you know that I've done battle beers a couple times, and currently the reigning champion of the true battle beers, where I've done defending champion versus champion, is Haze. And I've done some other ones, like some battle beers where I did the three of the big. I guess probably King Julius would qualify. I don't know. It's up there. It's up there. Haze is one of the best. It's one of my favorite Treehouse beers. It's frigging ridiculous, and I've heard that this is that kind of dialed in and kicked up a notch. Weird thing is, ABV-wise, holy shit. ABV-wise, Haze is 8.2%. And Very Hazy is 8.6%. So it's not like it's a double to a single to a double like Julius and King Julius or Green and Very Green. It's only 0.4%. We'll get to the smell in a minute. Holy shit. It's kind of hard to concentrate right now. Wow. Real quick before I forget, a huge shout out to Leo for hooking this up. I did get a can of this as well, which I have I've never shown it, but I have like a rainbow Treehouse going, and I'm sad I'm not gonna be able to use that can because I actually gave it to somebody that really wanted to try Very Hazy, and I gave them the can and kept the growler in case I was gonna share. But I'm actually gonna drink this entire thing this evening, so that'll be fun for all of us. But yeah, let's dive into this bad boy. Get it into the glass. Like I was saying, Haze is right up there with one of my favorite double IPAs, if not my favorite double IPA out there. And this is like a dialed-in version of that, which should be insane. So, and I've only seen, I guess, 2 reviews on this. Nick from What Cheers and Joe actually did it for his birthday beer last night. And his response was kind of stunned silence, but it was actually a fantastic review, but he was blown away by this beer. So, pours out that typical Treehouse, just about a finger and a half, really good carbonation. I mean, it looks like every Treehouse beer. This one's really hazy, like really turbid. Can't see light through it. It's kind of like a yellow or yellowish orange, like straw color, dark straw. Not sure if you can pick that up on camera. Looks freaking incredible in the glass. Like typical Treehouse, just fluffy head, good carbonation, lots of bubbles coming up the side. Looks awesome. Smell, I don't know if my basement has ever been taken up from so much aroma. And I will say going into this that the biggest downfall for Haze for me is I don't think it's extremely aromatic. It doesn't quite have the pop that a lot of Treehouse beers does. This frickin' does. This is huge pineapple, mango, peaches, even like darker fruits, like almost like blueberry. Like just rich fruit, but then the pineapples, the mangoes, peaches, tangerines. Oh my god. This is one of those, like, you took a shit ton of fruit, put it in a blender, hit go, and put it in the Ninja, and it came out just frigging this, like, and you just threw some orange juice in there for color. I mean, that's crazy. You get a little bit of the sweetness that a lot of, like, from the malts that Treehouse beers have. That juicy fruit kind of note from the yeast profile. God, I just want to smell this. It's been a while since I've had a beer that just was like, holy crap. This smells ridiculous. This is the best smelling Treehouse beer I've smelled since probably King Julius. And this is almost like King Julius with kicked up another notch. This is so aromatic. And I will say I've had this sitting out for about 30 minutes. I would have liked to have gone a little longer, but I was really just wanting to drink this. Wow. It actually smells kind of similar to King Julius, except maybe a little bit more peach and mango than that beer had. But I'm not picking up like anything like melon or anything like that. It's your tropical fruits. It's your citrus fruits. Like orange, tangerine. I keep saying them over and over. And even like some darker, richer, not like strawberry, not quite, but like those darker fruits like that, the berries. Maybe a smidge. I don't know. This smells freaking ridiculous. Maybe the best smelling. This and probably Juice Machine are my two favorite smelling treehouse beers right now. Just based on this. Insane. Well, without further ado, thanks, Leo. We're going to dig in and see if it tastes as good as it smells. Cheers. Wow. That is insane. Treehouse just dropped the mic again. Sorry, that's probably loud. God. Oh. I was making sure I grabbed the right growler because this beer is perplexing me right now. It reminds me of Haze. The peach aspect of that beer, like the tangerine, the mango. But I also get a lot more like pineapple in this beer than I was kind of expecting, especially from what others have said. I get quite a bit of pineapple. So much so that I thought maybe I was drinking a growler of Very Green, which I had over the weekend. But I'm not. It's quite a bit different, but it's got kind of that galaxy note, even though I don't think there might be galaxy in this beer. I don't know. But I definitely get that note. But then I'm getting tangerines, mangoes, peaches. I mean, everything I said on the nose, it just pops in your mouth. It's like, you know, a little bit of the sweet bready malts and that juicy fruit aspect from the yeast. Man, that's killer. I mean, it just rolls. I mean, and the mouthfeel is creamy. Great carbonation. It just flows over your tongue and finishes. I mean, my mouth is salivating, wanting more. So, comparing this to Haze. Haze is a great beer. Early batches of that, as we've talked about a few times, had kind of an alcohol burn, just a smidge on the end, especially when it warmed as it went down. The newer batches of that haven't had that problem, and it's kind of more dialed in. The weakness of Haze for me was the nose. Obviously, this was not. It flooded my basement when I popped that growler. Freaking ridiculous. And then it just carries over, and the mouth is actually kind of similar. I actually do get a little bit of sweetness that I wonder if is that 8.6%. But it's not hot or like it doesn't warm at all. But I think that's what I'm getting on the back. Just a tinge. But it's, like I said, from the aroma, it kicks up Haze a notch and definitely dials that in. And then it kind of flows into what I always think of when I think of Haze, that creamy, just kind of citrus tropical fruit bomb that it is in a double IPA. That, I mean, that's 8.2%. This is 8.6%. This was bottled February 18th. We're March, 2nd now? So we're just like 2.5 weeks, which is pretty close to perfect with these beers. And as this warms even more, just those fruit flavors are coming out, that tangerine, the pineapple, all those are just popping more and more and more. I mean, it's with these beers, they always have the perfect amount of carbonation. They have the perfect mouthfeel. Jesus. I mean, Haze is 100 for me. So what do you do when you improve on that beer? It's what I love about craft beer. And I'm not going to get into a local craft beer debate, but for me in a local market, there's been a lot of conversations lately about this style of beer and whether it should be brewed in a market like Kansas City, and people are like, no, it wouldn't be a very good idea and wouldn't sell. I disagree fully, because these are the people that are taking a style that already exists and trying to improve on it. And I mean, some of the things you're seeing in some beers that are being released here are things that are like pieces of what the Northeast and even now some of the West Coast is doing. And moving that into kind of a Midwest thing, taking pieces, but not trying to do everything. Whereas like they're taking what is, in my opinion, the best hoppy brewery in the country, them and Trillium, and they're let's get better. Like we don't want to stop getting better. We could sit and brew Julius and Green, and that's all we did, and we would sell it every week for the most part. But they're constantly trying to achieve a new height, right? Like Juice Machine when it was released, or this, or very, you know, King Julius, and all these beers that, and it's not like we brew Very Hazy. Very Hazy was considered one of the weaker of those beers when it was first released last year, more like a year ago. And they're like, well, screw that, we'll make it even better. Like we dialed it in, we released it, we heard feedback, we tried it, and now we're making it better. So I'm gonna dome this whole damn growler. It's gonna be delicious. So that's, sorry, something just popped into my head that this is reminding me of quite a bit. I reviewed Society and Solitude #4 recently, and this beer actually reminds me a lot of that. The nose on this is quite a step up from that. But as far as how it tastes, it's very similar. I get, like I said, that pineapple, actually, this is really similar to that beer. Yeah, this is good. If you can get this, get it. If you know anybody with Treehouse connections, or I've thought about trading for a can or buying or whatever, try and get it. It's drinking amazing right now, and I'm assuming still in a week or two it's still going to be drinking amazing. I'm sad this is all I have left. So stupid. I mean, the carbonation, I mean, a growler that's been sitting for 2.5 weeks, it's still friggin' ridiculous. And another thing with these growlers, these swing top growlers, despite what they say, they'll last a ton of time. I mean, I've had growlers of Good Morning that are a year old and they're still carbonated and amazing. So they're definitely a step above screw top growlers. So anyways, if you don't know, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is definitely 100 for me. A nice little string here. I think three 100s in a row on beers. Friggin' ridiculous. I don't know how they do it. I mean, this is every time. Every time I'm like, man, their beers, they're the best. These can't get any better. They just keep getting better. I guess the last question is this my favorite hoppy beer of the year? I was watching Joe's review, and he said, you know, you're probably going to see this beer at the top of my list for 2016 when you do your year-end review. And it'll definitely, I mean, I'm assuming it'll definitely be in my top 10. But I'm trying to think if it's better, if it's the best double that I've had this year. I don't know. There's a ton that are really good. I mean, Double Galaxy from Hill Farmstead, I'm anxiously awaiting. Hopefully they're going to do Double Citra at some point. Society and Solitude 4 was amazing. Like I said, Double Galaxy blew me away. As did Society and Solitude 4 from Hill Farmstead. This is amazing. King Julius is amazing. Doppelganger. I mean, it's a good problem to have. So I'll leave it there, guys. I could go on for a long time about this, but that's pretty much my thoughts. Amazing beer, great carbonation, amazing, just tropical citrus bomb at 8.6%, no alcohol to speak of. I mean, it's soft. I mean, if you like the style of IPA in New England, this is as good as it gets. You're not going to find anything better. You can say this is heads and tails above. I mean, it's a frigging IPA that's like 4.8 out of 5 on Untapped right now, I believe is what I was told over the weekend, which is insanity. I mean, insanity. But it deserves it. It's a perfect IPA, or double IPA. It's perfect. There's nothing you can change about it. Nothing. I mean, they'll find a way to improve upon it. I mean, at some point, I don't know. I don't know. So weird. So good. Leo, thank you very much. I really appreciate this, as always. I just want to stare at the bottle. It says, I am lucky. You are holding the very finest ale we know how to brew, and that is the truth. So, we will leave that there, and seek it out if you can get it, guys. As with everything Treehouse. I mean, even their worst beer is better than a lot of the beers out there. So, yeah. So 100 out of 100. Thanks for coming behind the bar with me, guys. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the likes, subscribes, and comments. We're up over 300. This is actually the first review I've done where I've actually said that, where I'm at like 315 now, which is awesome. Growing. I added quite a few this week with the SR and Assassin videos that have gotten pretty popular, so that's awesome. I'm doing some good reviews coming up. I do have some good stuff coming in the mail that people are sending me that I've been wanting to do. I have a Hoof-Hearted beer coming that I'm really excited about. I haven't done a review of any of theirs on the channel. I've had a Roller Blade, but I didn't do a review. A buddy shared it with me. But I have something coming from them, and I got some other stuff I'm going to be doing soon. So, yeah, ton of Trillium. So we'll be doing that as well. We're going to see a lot of Trillium coming up. So anyways, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming behind the bar. And until next time, cheers.